say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Hello, Mrs. Farmer.
How are you?
Guess what's for dinner today?
What is for dinner?
Fire block foam.
Not hungry.
Open.
I'm good.
Now, we had a few people respond and said, hey, in the back of your house when you put the stove in, let's back up and let's talk about our stove. Oh, and by the way, welcome back. We had a 2-week break. Hope KET did well in their fundraising.
Hope so.
You know what? During that space of time, we got some mail, and a couple people said on YouTube, they said, hey, what about the back? They got a little hole around your surface area where you put your stove in. Well, we did forget one step. Now, this is fairly easy. Now, this is fire block foam. This was made by 3M, and this just happens to be the orange color. Basically, it expands about 200%. So if you have a cavity that you want to fill, you just shake this up. Only put it about a third of the way full because you see what's going to happen. Boom, it comes out.
Right.
So we're going to show you one side here. Now, you see how we're sticking it back in there, filling up, and it's actually going to come out. Now, I'm putting an extra in to show you how it'll come out. Once it dries, it only takes maybe a couple hours to dry. I'd say 5 hours to come back and trim. Come back around the edge, trim, and I got a little brown paint that matches the color. And we're not real worried. This is on the back side of the cabin. Nobody's looking at this. We'll spray around it to put some color in it. But that is now sealed. Another thing about this, temperature. I had the fire going as high as it would possibly go on a really cold night. Put my hand on that double wall insulated pipe.
How was it?
Maybe 60, 70 degrees.
Oh, good.
This is good up to 240 degrees.
Oh, wow.
So that's what you want to fill that gap. Trim it up, throw a little paint on it, and you're good to go. No bugs, no marmots or sloths.
That's good.
Or giraffes can get in there.
I want a giraffe.
But anyhow, that's fixed.
Good.
Now, we wondered in the beginning about our sheep. Is it something, we had 3 pets basically, but we like lamb.
Yes, we do.
We started thinking about, okay, we brought a ram in, let's have some. We sent one off when it got up to be the right size to Marksbury.
Yes.
Sent it off and got it back.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Amazing. The best ever.
So if you have never tried lamb, here's a good first step lamb recipe. It's a shank. We're going to do that Cowboy Cooking in just a little while. Make sure that you put the proper spices in.
Right.
Now, Raoul Dupree told me years and years and years ago, every meat has its accompaniment, everything that makes it really nice. So we're going to show you a recipe, and remember this, because we did a leg of lamb like this, exactly like we did the shank recipe. Actually, we did 2.
That's right, because there's a lot of us.
We just beefed up the recipe, put a little more red wine, so on and so forth. It is absolutely to die for.
And I think your recipes are better sometimes than restaurants. I mean, I have to say, I think it's better. Some people, is that bad to say? Some people have tried it in the restaurant and they say, I don't like lamb.
I'm blushing, Mrs. Palmer.
Okay, but I think that recipe you made, amazing.
We got a wonderful recipe coming up, but everybody says, everywhere we go, oh, we love the grandkids, love the animals.
Yeah.
How about a double whammy? How about grandkids and animals? It's the holiday season.
That's right.
Everybody's in. Let's have a little grandkid farm overload. Nah, he's loving these animals. You know what? We have cowboy hats on because why? We're cowboy cooking.
That's right.
People have expressed to us that they like us to do this, so we're going to do it. Now, today we got a recipe that when we reveal this, it's going to look like something that's from a restaurant, and it tastes just absolutely wonderful. Think about the lesser cuts on any beef, lamb.
Right.
The shank, which you have on pork, you have on beef, so on and so forth. It's just the lower part of the leg, which is a very inexpensive piece of meat, but it's very tasty.
It is.
But you have to slow cook it because it takes a while to do this. Remember this, if you're going to cook this outside, you can do it inside as well. But make sure you got something else you got to do. So we're going to cook this in the Dutch oven, obviously. This is a 10-inch. So do you know what the 10-inch is?
I do.
What?
14 and 7.
Very good.
That's right.
That's going to give us 350 degrees. We're going to have to go about 2.5 hours on this.
Okay.
And you'll need to check it maybe once, about the 2-hour range to see where you're at. Wait a minute. What's that setting right there in front of the onion?
You want to try one?
What is it?
It is homemade caramels.
Actually, I know what it is because
know.
I've been eating the fire out of it.
Taryn likes making caramels.
All
She
right.
likes making candy.
So the grandbabies are coming down, and she likes to help making candy. But look
does.
here. Now that's not, professionally shaped, but the taste.
It's amazing.
I'm just going to take a.
Not good.
It's ridiculous. We got this out of a 1920s recipe of
Yes.
some of our family.
That's right.
This is the real deal. Before you could go to the store and buy all this stuff, they were making this in their
Yeah,
homes.
and it's so simple.
It is the holiday season.
That's right. You got to have sugar.
So we're trying to bulk up.
That's right.
We're trying to put some weight on.
'Cause it's gonna be
so we can
cold.
fight through this winter.
That's right.
Absolutely wonderful. Taryn's on her way up.
That's right.
We can make that. But that's for the holidays, and it's a beautiful thing. So let's get this shank started.
Ready?
Now, we're going to take shallots, garlic, and onion. So what we're going to do is chop the onion, the shallot, and the garlic up together. We're going to saute that right over our 10-inch pan. Right, everything's done right there. Get that sauteed up till they're nice and translucent in olive oil. Then we're going to come back and we're going to dredge our shanks in just a little bit of flour and Cavender's seasoning. Now this is an all-purpose Greek seasoning. It has a really good taste to it when it comes to lamb. A little salt and pepper in our flour along with the Cavender's. We will brown our lamb shank. Then after we brown our shanks, we'll set them off to the side for just a minute. We're going to add our red wine to deglaze. And we'll put probably 3/4 of a cup of red wine in there. Then we'll come back with 2 3/4 to 3 cups of beef stock. Then we're going to come in with a little bit of better than bouillon. I really like this stuff. Maybe a half a tablespoon. Probably 3 tablespoons of currant jelly. That gives you your sweet.
Delish.
Oh, it's just absolutely wonderful. Then we take all that, mix it up, put a little bit more Cavender's on top of that, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. You might take some fresh rosemary and drop a sprig or 2 in there. Let that go. 350, about 2.5 hours. What do you think, Mrs. Farmer?
It looks amazing.
Does it look like something you get in a restaurant?
I can't wait to try it.
Just some steamed green beans. Let's move our rosemary on. Falling off the bone.
Yes, it is. Oh,
Now,
wow.
obviously, we're going to pour some of our gravy on, which thickened up over that time.
Oh, yum.
It's absolutely delicious.
That is delicious. Wow.
Now, you think about lamb shanks. If you go to the store and they don't have it, ask them. Ask your butcher
Right.
if they'll get them.
That's
Over
good.
garlic mashed potatoes. Boom. You got something good. You remember the first day Janine came out and we had 3 lambs.
That's right. We still have those 3 lambs.
We do.
They're our babies.
Well, they're sheep now.
Well, yeah, sheep.
But you know what? They continue to have offspring. We continue to have good food in the
Right.
freezer. They're so well taken care of. They're really spoiled and babied. We take care of them. They take care of
Right.
us. Look at this one more time. Just take a look at
we'll
this
take another
beautiful
bite.
piece of meat. Look at it falling off the bone. Beautiful.
That's delicious. That's amazing.
Now that we've got our beauty shot,
Yum.
try that with a little of that gravy, that reduced.
Oh, it's good on the potatoes, too.
Isn't that good?
That is so good.
Now, when it comes to lamb, when it comes to venison, even beef, if you don't like lamb and you want to do this with venison or beef, some kind
Right.
of beef, you can do this very easily in the oven if you can't do it outside. If you've never tried lamb, it has to be seasoned correctly. You can really impress your friends
Oh, it's
with
good.
something that looks
That's so
restaurant-worthy.
good.
The gravy, what do you think?
I might just keep eating if you want to just
Right.
keep talking.
And then later, maybe have the grandkids help us make some caramels because they're coming down for the holidays. Caramel, which one is it?
Caramella.
All right, let's finish this up. That's a terrible task. We have to eat this stuff.
This is amazing.
What you got? See how good he's being? Look at him. He's so precious.
All right, here's what's going on. It's the Thanksgiving season, and there's 40 people behind the camera. We don't
All
normally
our
do
kids.
this
All our
because
kids.
if they make a noise,
Yeah.
or they throw anything at us. Nikki, you know what this
I
is
know.
for?
I always beat the kids with a wooden spoon.
I
Remember?
don't ever remember getting beat with a
Yeah, I
wooden
beat
spoon.
you. I beat her.
All right, this is Lindsay. This is her babies. Now, you've seen the kids on the show, but you know there has to be a mother somewhere. So she's the eldest child, is she not?
She's our oldest. Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 31.
I thought she was 40.
She looks 40.
I'm holding on to 31 for a couple more weeks.
Now, Sammy is not mic'd, but he projects very well.
Doesn't need to be.
So during this segment, you may see him or you may not, but he is holding in his little hands some of the best caramel. How do you pronounce it? Caramel?
Caramel.
Show Papa the caramel. Hold up the caramel for
Hold it
Papa.
up, let me see it. Oh, that's beautiful.
Show Kelly the caramel.
Show Kelly.
Show
the
Kelly
caramel.
the caramel. Hold it up for her.
All right, so I don't know how this is going to go, but we are actually going to do a recipe. Now, let me tell you what, I wasn't kidding about these caramels being some of the best I've ever had in my life. These are homemade. This is from a 1920s recipe.
Yeah.
I'm talking old school. Now, Taryn's been looking at this. Taryn's helped us in a lot of recipes. She's like an old pro, right?
She's good at cooking.
So, do you know, you can read now. So, do you want to read us the main ingredients? Okay, let's see if you can read that.
1 cup of sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of corn syrup, a half a cup of condensed milk, 3/4 cup of milk.
Correct. That's very good. When did you learn to read and stuff? Did she show you how? All right. Now, this kind of gets complicated. And yes, we did say corn syrup. Now, I know that's the devil now. Nobody wants corn syrup. But this is from the 1920s. And it is Thanksgiving because you know what that means? We have to put weight on to make
right.
it through the winter.
This is for Christmas to eat all.
And just in case we get plowed in back here and we can't get out,
we got caramels.
if I die and I weigh more, she can eat me and I'll last longer.
So who do we eat first?
The fattest one.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just in case it gets bad. They're saying it might be a rough winter. All right. Okay. Now, Grandma, do you want to help Taryn through this process? Because I'm just going to kind of sit back and you
Okay.
guys. Wait,
She's gonna. What do we have first, Taryn? What's on the list?
A cup of sugar.
I'll give
Now,
you
she
that.
read the ingredients, but what do you do? Just mix all
You
this stuff
pour it
up?
in. We're gonna pour it all in. We're gonna cook this on the stove.
All right.
Cook the sugar,
We're gonna put it all in one pot first. So you got the sugar. What's next?
the brown sugar,
Brown sugar, half
And
a
that's
cup.
a half a cup.
Perfect. Now what does it say? Let's do the condensed milk, half a cup, because then we'll use the same one for our corn syrup. Can you pour that in? Pour it all in there.
So you just bring this to.
We're gonna bring this to 248 degrees on the stove with the
Now,
candy
candies,
thermometer.
you got to be pretty specific with temperature, right?
Right.
All
Good
right.
job.
How
You
much
tip it
corn
up.
syrup?
Now a half a cup. Turn it back and let me pour this in there for you. Ready? Can you watch?
jelly.
All right, cover that in. Does that
All
look
right.
yummy, Sammy?
Now, here's something. At this point, we're going to tell you that you can do some different things. If you wanted to make your, some people say caramel, some people say caramel. If you want to make it with a hazelnut taste, you could put hazelnut coffee in it.
Right.
But what we did find out, if we put like water, it doesn't seem to be very thick. So I would recommend you put your flavoring in, like maybe a flavoring instead of vanilla. Not the coffee so much, but the milk and a little bit of the hazelnut flavoring. Or you can put what else? Coconut.
Anything you want. Nuts.
Nuts.
She has one last ingredient, Papa. Her 3/4 cup of milk. Go ahead and pour that in.
3/4 cup of milk, just regular milk.
Yep, regular milk.
Now, the rest of this you're going to have to take to the stove. So this is very specific. Go ahead and tell us, if you will, what the next steps are from here.
Now we're going to take all this over to the stove, and Taryn's going to stir it for us. So be very careful because it's hot. We need to get it to 248 degrees, okay, with the candy thermometer. When it's 248 degrees, we're going to bring it back to the counter, set it on a hot pad. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of butter, about a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. And once that butter's melted, we're done. We're going to pour it in that pan with a little Pam sprayed in it and let it sit for about an hour. And then we're going to cut us some caramels.
Now, Whammy is back. He's been so good. He's such a good boy. Did you see your new car? You got a car for your birthday.
He did.
It was his birthday tonight. Hey, Kai.
He likes Kelly.
He had some caramel, and he approved of it. Do you like the caramel? It's about to get out of hand. Things are about to get crazy. But here's what you end up with. And they don't have to be perfectly shaped. They're delicious.
Yes,
Grandma, I think this is one of the best candies you've ever made. It's old-fashioned. Try it yourself. Make sure you get it up to temperature now. If you don't cook it long enough, you don't get it hot enough, it's going to be kind of gooey.
You gotta let it
Make
sit.
sure you get it up to temperature. Let it get good and hot. And scream just like that when it's done.
That's
and
right.
you're good to go. So look out there and say, Happy Holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Sammy, say Happy Holidays.
Say Happy Holidays.
Not going to happen.
Happy
Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.
And we got candy, and we're going to share it with everybody. No, I might just eat it by myself.
He's a pig.
All right, we had a bunch of family over
It was nice.
for a long time. It was nice.
But yeah, the
having everybody over for the
grandkids,
first
mom
3
and
days.
dad, yes. Now you have family dry heaves? That is not nice.
I didn't say that. But we did overwhelm the plumbing
Yes, we
because
did.
we're on a septic system.
That's right.
We won't go into that.
Everyone was over every night eating. So.
Yeah. So anyway, remember the septic system when you're in the country.
That's right.
I shouldn't have said that, but I already did. Now, we had a wonderful visit.
Yes, we did.
We had my parents and your parents together.
That was nice.
It was very nice. I'm going to take this time to say, you're not expecting this, so I don't mean to overwhelm you with this. But for those out there who are with somebody, a family member, who has Alzheimer's, heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to be real. We share everything with our friends. We don't consider you viewers your friends. Your father is in the latter stages of Alzheimer's and dementia, and it's rough. I mean rough. So prayers and thoughts to those who are out there, and hope they come up with some kind of cure for this in the next little bit, because we saw some things that were so sad. And for those of you who have this in your home and family, our prayers and thoughts are with you. Now, Mrs. Farmer, you saw how to build a smokehouse, a pig pen.
That's right.
You saw how to put a wood-burning stove in.
I can do everything.
You can do all kinds of stuff, but if you wanted to know how to do that or pick out some wonderful recipes, where would you go?
I would go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
You would?
I do.
And
I
then
do
would
right
you
now.
click on shows?
I would click on shows,
YouTube?
and I'd build me a smokehouse.
You know, we have a lot of folks that watch from all over, and we love to hear from you guys, and we love to share stories. And if you want to be our Facebook friend, that's even easier. What would
That's
you
right.
do to go to our Facebook page, which is?
Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
And
Hit
then?
like.
Click like, and you're on. And we talk, we share recipes, we show pictures around the farm. And you know what? I was with you for 20 years on Kentucky Field, and we showed how to go out and take good, natural food out of the water, the woods and water.
That's right.
And we showed how to process that. We showed how to process a deer. We had a video doing it. Now we've taken it a step further to do as much as you can on your own farm,
Right.
or your own small piece of land, or on a rooftop in the city you can grow stuff. So we have had so much fun with this, and we don't have any plans on slowing down. We have all kinds of new shows coming up. It's the holiday season. We do have a Christmas show coming up on December 23rd, a 1-hour Christmas show.
Wow.
We're going to get a visit from some ghosts of Christmas past,
I like that.
Christmas future. It's going to be an
Sounds
interesting
scary.
show. December 23rd, and we'll air it through the week 6 times, like our normal
Are
schedule.
you going to dress up like a ghost?
I don't know, but the red jacket might come out. Wow. Thank you very much. Anyhow, it's been a blast. I consider this our new season.
That's right.
We got new shows coming up. By the time you see this, it's going to be cold. I looked at the weather forecast.
Yeah.
We're only a few days out. We're only a few days behind. So by the time this airs, it's going to be cold.
So enjoy it
So we're
tonight.
going to need our wood-burning stove. Trust me. Next time
That's
you see us, we might be inside and we might be cooking in there. So at this time, it's all about
Good times
good friends.
and good eats. You need to feed me.
You want to go out to eat tonight?
I think you should take me out.
Because we already ate all our leftover
That's
lamb
right.
shanks. See you next week. Brand new Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com. Special thanks to CKY, Canoe, Kentucky, Furniture World Superstore, Housewarmings, Lodge Cast Iron, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm,